Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Butterfly Spirit 314. So today guys, what I'm doing is I'm going to be talking about something new that I learned from my book, which is called How One of You Can Bring Two of You Together by Susan Page. Okay, so I just started chapter 2 of this book, and chapter 2 of this book, the chapter is called Give Away the Booby Prize and Go for the Gold. So, this particular chapter, when they say booby prize, what they're talking about is they're talking about being right in your relationship. So, what I learned is that in my relationship, I have felt that in a lot of situations that I have been right in certain regards. And the same goes for my partner. He has felt right in certain regards. Okay. And what I've only read like 2 pages of this chapter. Okay. I've only read 2 pages. And what I've learned is that when it comes to being right in your relationship, as far as like if you and your significant other are arguing about, let's say, about money or the time you're spending together or spending time with your families or just anything. As far as being right in your relationship, you guys can be right. And either of you can feel like, I'm right about this. However, the problem with being right in your relationship is that that's the only thing you get is being right. And it still doesn't solve the problems that you guys are faced with. So if you guys are arguing about the time you get to spend together, like let's say you don't feel like you get a chance to spend time with your partner because your partner works all the time, okay? Let's say that's the case, okay? So if that's the case where your partner is not giving you time or you're not giving your partner time and, your partner comes to you and you guys get into an argument about, where you're saying, I don't feel like I'm the priority or whatever. I don't get enough of your time, and they may feel like they give you tons of time, and they may feel like, well, hey, when we spend time, we're not doing anything, right? So here's the thing about being right, okay? And both of you may feel like this. When it comes to being right, that's all you get is to be right. Being right does not solve the issue, okay? It does not solve the argument that you guys are a part of because it's both of you. It's not just one of you, it's both of you. Both of you are contributing to relationship problems. Now, some people may be mad about me saying that, but it's true. Each of you has a side and both of you have a chance to, try and solve the problem that you're faced with, okay? Another thing about being right is it does not bring you and your partner close. So with the argument and you guys saying, well, I'm right, and you feel like you're right, they feel like they're right, you guys are not getting any closer together. And instead, you guys are being torn apart in that argument. And imagine how many arguments you guys have. The more and more times you guys have arguments, the more time it's going to be where you guys are going to be drawn further and further apart instead of being able to spend a good amount of time together. Another thing is that when you guys, feel right, and neither of you wants to compromise or support or solve the problem, both of you guys are going to feel like, both of you are going to be mad. You're going to be angry. And this is where you're going to probably go and talk to, your friends. Your partner's going to talk to their friends about the argument you guys had. Or both of you may separately go to your families, and your families might say, well, your family might tell you you're right in the argument. Their family might tell them they're right. But that doesn't solve the problem. Instead, it just creates a bigger problem the more arguments that you guys actually have. So as far as being right is concerned, the problem never gets solved. And imagine how many arguments and how much time you guys are spending and all the energy that's going into not solving the problem, So I'm learning, because I'm guilty of this myself. When it comes to disagreements or what my partner says, arguments, I feel like I'm right in the situation. However, I'm starting to understand that being right doesn't solve the problem and it doesn't bring me closer to my partner. And I know I have a ways to go with this, but I realize how this is so relevant for my relationship. And I want you guys to think about your relationship and think about the fact that, is being right really worth the time that you guys are wasting, or the time that me and my partner are wasting? Is being right and being stuck, being mad, is that really what you want to do? Or do you want to be able to solve the argument with your partner? And instead of, like, what I would say, and this isn't what the book said, but I would say, you know, challenge yourselves. Challenge yourselves, and you can do this. You can try to work on the problem separately, or you can try to work on it with your partner and team up and try to solve the problem together. Instead of it being about who was wrong or who was right, or you both being right, maybe try to solve the problem without both people feeling like, they're getting hurt in the process. Make it a situation where both people are enjoying it. Now, in this book, it is about how one person is bringing two people together. However, you can start the process of trying to solve, common issues that in your relationship by yourself. And then maybe once you start changing your behavior, you can also start to change, your partner's behavior, because their behavior is going to be impacted by how you react to things, So I'm taking accountability right now and thinking about how I've contributed to arguments or disagreements in my relationship. And I'm starting to think a lot about the fact that I want to change that. I don't want to stay stuck in worthless arguments when we could be focusing, me and my partner can be focusing on having a good time. Thanks for watching.